did the 28 questions. Okay. Anybody have thoughts? I thought this might be old, and I just wanted to say, because like I said, I read the whole chapter this morning. The whole bit about how to present yourself in your resume was cracking me up, because it was not how you would do that now. Mm-hmm. It's how I would have done it even coming out of college, but now that's not what a resume looks like at all. I'm like, if you turn that in, they're gonna pass you by.
Right.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing about, they said don't leave anything out of a resume, and I'm thinking to myself, we used to get resumes when I worked in healthcare, and these doctors would have like 15 pages of their CV. I'm like, who's gonna read all this?
Nobody. Right.
So no one is going to this.
Right.
I get past one page and I'm like, I'm good.
And that's how it is now. You have to hit all your high notes in one page, because nobody's gonna go past one page. Okay.
Still like how much the book shows its age when he gets to the part near the end where he's talking about, Americans spend so and so millions of dollars a year on drugs and alcohol, and then he gets to giggle water. I have no idea what giggle water is. I would love to know that.
I'm assuming that's alcohol,
my friend.
Right.
Oh.
I figured, yeah.
I like giggle water though.
Yeah. It's a very prohibition term.
I think that's hilarious. I think when we go to happy hour now, we have to start
Giggle
asking
water.
for giggle water.
Giggle water.
That's what I was gonna say.
We find out. Yeah, we need to find the.
Sounds a lot more on the up and up when it's like, I'll just have a couple of giggle waters, please.
And you slide them 2 quarters.
It is funny though, because he almost like, so I was telling Shelly on the call when she signed me on. Mark texted me last night, and we don't text very often, and he texted me last night and said, "Oh my gosh, this chapter is amazing. It is speaking exactly to our days and times right now." He's like, "I can't believe it. My mind's blown." And I was just like, "What is?" Of course, I texted back. I was like, "Yeah, I agree with you 100%." I was at the Mariners game, so I was like,
I don't have it in front of me, but
because I had read the chapter a couple of weeks back, which was nice because I was a little ahead, and I refreshed myself this morning, and I was like, "Oh yeah, oh my gosh!" And the last section that he's referencing is the section that talks about getting something for nothing.
Yes.
And it talks about being a capitalist who contributes to society, or really somebody who's waiting for the government to take care of them. And see, the author's very careful to say, I'm not saying that one is better than the other, but a capitalist understands that you can't receive something for nothing. And economics is a perfect process that will always reward you for the value that you give, essentially. But we are such an opulent country that we now have really the ability to not work hard and to be taken care of as well. And there are those that would choose to do that, and it shows up in our political forums frequently. And this is not a political. In fact, if you want to be honest, I voted Democrat, and I grew up as a pretty liberal guy in Washington for 45 years. But now I'm sitting and looking around at the system that we've created, and it's like unbelievable how hard people will fight to continue to get something for nothing, even to the detriment of our morals and our values, even to the detriment of our ability to process, and ultimately to the detriment of our ability to learn what we're supposed to learn, which is that this whole life exists as a way for us to understand the principles that he's teaching. And you cannot have a life that feels valued unless you go out and create value, give value, and receive that reward. Like, that's the beauty of the whole process, is understanding how that reward is created. But so many of us choose to ignore that because we don't really want to work. We don't have to work. Our country's so opulent, we don't even have to work hard anymore. But those people, I think, are not understanding the real spice of life. It's a pretty powerful section when you look at it like that. It is wild. It is prophetic. He has to drop in things like giggle water so that we remember this is 100 years ago. We're still trying to figure the same things out.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Tiff, you got anything?
That pretty much sums it all up. I mean, I can't remember if it was this part or last part, talking about like making sure that you're putting what you want out there. Like, you want this much, I'm worth this much, kind of thing. And I still feel like people don't do that nowadays. Like, you guys are on the interviews. Who does that?
Yeah, I would say the only person in recent memory, and I wasn't even there, that interview that you and Mark did the other day that you guys were talking about yesterday at the end of our meeting is the first time I've heard anybody really talk about the amount of money that they are looking for or expecting to be paid in the position.
And she didn't even say how much she was expecting to pay. She just said how much she has made or how much she did make.
Yeah.
And I do this, so I'm worth this much.
Yeah, but I think that was her way of saying, this is what I want.
Kind of, yeah.
And that, like and not underhanded, that's not the right word, in a
No, I know.
covert way.
Subtle, without making money a big part of it.
Yeah.
Interesting though, when you interview people, you know, and there's people when you ask that question, like, what do you expect to earn? There are people that can't answer that question. Right?
Freeze up. Mm-hmm.
Yep, it frees up because they don't know their value.
They also wanted done the research to see how much that kind of a position would pay.
But even further, to take it a step further, as a capitalist at this point in my life, I mean, if you came to me and said, I'm going to be willing to do all of these things for you, which is going to earn you this much more money, and I can show you how it's going to earn you that much more money, and I expect to get paid this as a result. If that is crystal clear, I will sign up for that all day long.
Right.
If you find somebody who looks like that, I will find a job for them. I have now 20 years of really running a business. I've not seen a person who's done that once. Never ever, you know. But that's what he's talking about. If you showed up with that definiteness, instead of asking for pay or hoping for pay for a job, if you came in and you decided to create value for the other people that you're serving, and that speaks to us too, right? Because our clients are interviewing us every single day. What's the value you're going to give me in return for the commission check I'm going to write you? Prove to me that you're worth more than I'm paying you, and I will hire you every single day.
Excellent.
All right, good book club.
All right, is it?
Why am I here? I'm sorry for stealing the thunder. I was pretty fired up.
I don't know.
You're good.
I get a little bit preachy when I'm tired. But I was thinking this morning about how much I value this group. You know, I hope I bring value to the group, but I was thinking this morning about how much I value this group. You know, and I wanted to send Mark a thank you for including me because I think sometimes we don't even realize just the fact that this group exists makes me better. Because, I mean, literally, I'm up at 5:45 reading Think and Grow Rich. And now what are we, like 2 months into this with me being involved? I don't know.
Yeah.
But think about that. So that's like 10 sessions of reading a book that I haven't read for 10 years and bringing those thoughts back around and, you know, me being able to implement them in my personal life and with my family because you guys are here. So I appreciate that. Thanks a lot for including me.
Well, of course, we appreciate your insights.
We
Sure.
appreciate you being on a call at 6:30 in the morning.
Well, I'll tell you, but you know what? It's powerful stuff, and I think that, you know, that's the takeaway, is that sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's inconvenient, but when you jump in the room, you know, no matter what our backgrounds are, if we're all doing this work together, you get a lot out of it, and it's worth it for sure.
Thanks for what you bring, Nick.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
My pleasure. Well, tell Mark, I'll see him at noon, and I appreciate y'all letting me on this morning. I'm gonna go get some breakfast going.
Sounds
Sweet.
great.
Have a
Have a
great
good day.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.